Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my craft table. If you're new here, my name is Jen and I'm really glad to meet you. So in today's video, I'm going to open up the Spellbinders 13 Days of Craftoween box that I recently purchased and I'm really excited to create. So here's like a little sneak peek as to what's in it. Okay, so it says here that it comes with 13 dies, 1 clear stamp set, and 1 pack of sequin. I'm going to go ahead and unbox everything today. We're going to take a look at it together and then we're going to do a craft. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the box and see what we have going on here. Okay, so this must have slid around during shipping. That's okay. So it comes, there's a stack of stuff for us to go through. And it does come wrapped in this packaging here. So I'm assuming that mine just kind of slid out. Here is the sequin. It is the ones without a hole, and it is purple and black and orange. How fun is that? And then it comes with a sheet of, these look like photopolymer stamps. Okay, so we have, actually here, I'll do it this way. There we go. Now you can see them there. Those look super fun. I actually don't have very many Halloween stamps, so I'm really excited to play with these. Okay, so stamps, sequin. All right, let's open this and see what we have in here. First of all, I love that they start with this little raven, so it makes me think of Edgar Allan Poe and the raven, which is one of my favorites. It's a little cellophane bag, and it has some kind of card, and I'm assuming this is where all the dies are. That is a really nice touch. Okay, so we have day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, first of all, can we just appreciate the artwork? So this illustrator, I'm gonna assume it's the same illustrator for all 13 days, but this is really nice artwork. I am loving this, and I'm loving how these are packaged because I can keep them nice and neat in here. So I'm gonna set all of those aside. Let's go ahead and open the day 1 folder and see what we can create with that. Okay, so let's open day 1, see what we have in here. I'm wondering if this is the die or if this is just fun artwork. I really think that's so cute. When we open it, first of all, you get a die. So the die that is in the folder is not the same as the front. Inside will be a little crafty supplies. That is super cute. It's a die with a vampire, and then there is a stamp, have a fantastic night. So they show you how to put the die together, and then they give you a suggestion for the stamp to use. You could totally do whatever you want when you're creating, but I think this is such a cute deal. Let me noodle this for just a moment, and then when I come back, we're gonna go ahead and get crafting. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the supplies that I'm going to use to bring this cute little card to life. I have pulled some Halloween pattern paper, a card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored and folded in the middle. A black ink pad and an acrylic block for the stamp. My large acrylic block, the sequin here, a 4.25 by 5.5 panel. Also, this really fun die set from Spellbinders called Deckled Rectangles. So it's 5 rectangles, they're wavy. So you can see that. I really like that texture. Can't forget our glue. First thing I think I want to do is pull out some patterned paper. Now I purchased this from scrapbook.com. Okay, so when you open it, trick or treat, skulls, eek and boo. These look super cute. I love the Halloween colors. I love the fact that it has cute little tags. You could just go ahead and use these on a card. Those are fun. And here are some more. Those are pretty cool too. And these. Okay, so those are super fun. That looks very Dracula-esque, right? Like in a fun way. I'm gonna pull this one out, so we'll have that. And then let's just peek through here. I think we've got everything we need. I'm going to set aside these papers and we can go ahead and start die cutting. Okay, the colors that I went ahead and chose are very similar to the colors that are in here. So I have a black, a purple, a red. This is kind of like a bone color, and then I have a white. And I just thought I would go ahead and use these same colors. I think it's cute. I've got some purple pattern paper that's cute. So we can go ahead and start die cutting. I'm gonna pull all of these off. And then I'm going to set that off to the side so we can put those back correctly. I'm going to bring in my little scout. Okay, I have a black here that I'm going to use for the body. And what I like about this is that if you turn it in the light, it almost has like a galaxy kind of shimmer. And I just really like that. It's just so fun. Okay, so this we're going to have to cut out twice because this is the fangs. And it is also the tongue. I guess I could situate it where I can probably actually maybe run it once, do half and half. So that's the tongue and the fangs. Okay, we're gonna use purple for his shirt sleeves. And this bone color for the hands and the face. Okay, so we have the face. So I'm gonna set these down here on the cardstock. I'm just gonna put a tiny piece of tape, washi tape, to kind of keep everything in place. That way they don't shift. I'm notorious for having things shift. So we'll just do that. Then we'll do these two here. And I'm wondering if I can die cut them at the same time. Wouldn't that be fantastic? All right, we're gonna give that a go. We're gonna see if that will work. Just run these through. Okay, and there's our little vampire guy. Speaking of vampires, it is getting on to be fall. That means twilight. I don't know if you guys have ever read those books or seen those movies, but I like them. Let's grab some tweezers, my embellishment wand, and we have our glue. This looks like a pretty simple build. In fact, I don't know, hopefully you can see it. On the die cut itself, the little Dracula, you can see all of the debossed areas, and that's where all the things go. Let's go ahead, see how this works. So the face is going to go over here, and it does not overlap with the shirt. Okay. All right, there's that. And then we have the shirt. All right, that's great. Then turn this over. We have the tongue, the little glue there. Pick this up, pop that right in there. It's almost like a little puzzle. It just goes together really nicely. And then we're going to have our little fangs. And then we have hands. Okay, so I definitely need to be careful. Whenever I have feet and hands, I always put them on the wrong one. So those look correct. Put that one, I guess I need more glue over here. Okay. There's one hand. We'll go ahead and add a little more glue over here. And there we go. Oh my goodness, he is so cute. Just look at him. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna put him over there and just let him hang out. So here is kind of what I'm thinking. My card panel is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm gonna cut this down to, let's do 5 1/2. Oh, I wanna go the other way. So 5 1/2, let's do 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm basically taking off 1/4 of an inch, and make sure we like that margin. So I think that's great. This here, let's trim that down to 3 1/2 by 4.75, 3.5 by 4 3/4. So we'll set those aside. All right, and then what I really want to do is see if I can make this white one have a fun little edge. So I'm gonna need, let's try this one here. And how big is that one? So the big one is 3 1/4 by 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So I'm actually gonna bring in my little Scout one more time, put our paper here and our die here. Okay, tiny bit of tape, top plate, and run it through. Okay, so we're definitely done with that. And then that's what that looks like there. So let's see if that is, oh my gosh, that is so perfect. I could not have planned that if I tried. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and start building our card base, and then we'll worry about our sentiment. First thing though is I want to trim off, I guess I got it a little too far over one way. So I'm gonna trim off this little black edge right here. Perfect. All right, so this is my panel here, and I'm just gonna use some liquid glue. And we just want to get that in the middle. That looks good. Nice. Then I think I'm going to use some 1mm foam tape, and I'm going to put that on the back here of my little guy. Okay, so all of my double-sided adhesive foam tape, 1mm is on him. I'm going to hold off on taking the release papers off for just a moment. This is our panel. I want to see where I want to place the sentiment. Okay, so have a fantastic night. So maybe I could put that there. And okay, so we want him right there and maybe that right there. All right, I think that is fantastic. I'm gonna grab my acrylic block and I'm going to line up the grid line of that paper. That way I can have it even. And since this is a new stamp, I'm just going to rub my finger over it to get rid of the manufacturer's coating. You could also use an eraser if you want to. I find my finger works just as well. And I'm going to take some VersaFine ink. This is one of my favorite inks for detailed stamps and also for sentiments. Okay, so let's put him where he needs to be. Okay, I want him right there. We're going to do that. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp this down. Okay, when you use an acrylic block, make sure you just stamp straight down and just press with your fingers, not too hard, but just, you know, a little bit of pressure. You don't want to rock the block. That was kind of funny. You don't want to rock your block back and forth, and then you just lift straight up. And then you have a really nice sentiment. Okay, so let's get these little release papers off. Okay. All right, and then I think I'm going to put just a little bit, not very much, but just a little bit of liquid glue on top of the foam so that when I place it down, if I need to move this around, I've got a little bit of time before it sticks permanently. And then we'll bring this in, and I want to place him diagonal like this, and I want the hands to reach side to side, think like this. Perfect. That looks fantastic. I love that. Or I should say it looks fantastic. Okay, there's your dad joke of the day. All right, so we have this here, and then I'm just gonna put some liquid glue on the back. So normally I would put like a foam panel, so a craft foam that has double-sided adhesive on both sides, but I did not grab it out of my stash, and we can do without this time. And then we're going to take our card and we want to try and line it up. Get this magnet out of the way. And we'll put our sticker on the back, and there's our card. Let's do some of these embellishments. We have them, we might as well use them. Okay, so let me know down in the comments. First of all, put a little emoji down in the comments, your favorite Halloween emoji. It can be a vampire, it can be a jack-o'-lantern, it could be a piece of candy. Whatever you think is the best is perfectly fine. let me know if you are interested in seeing the rest of what is in the Spellbinders box. So let's see. Let's do a purple. Do they have different sizes? I don't know. I don't think, well, yeah, they have some different sizes in here. Looks like 2 sizes. And how about we put one here? Oh, I think this is a double one. One here and one there. Okay. So we'll just add our glue. And so sometimes I get comments about the sequins. So the sequins are kind of like a super shallow bowl or like a plate that kind of curves up. And I always have the curved, kind of like the curved side is facing me. Almost like I'm looking at the bowl. Okay, so flat side down, curved side up. There we go. Okay, and then here is our little guy. And that's so cute. I love it. That is so cute. It was so easy. And I like the idea of having a surprise every day. Down in the comments, put a little Halloween emoji. You can use a little Dracula if you want, but you can put your favorite Halloween emoji if you want to. And then let me know if you're interested in seeing more contents from the Spellbinders Craftoween box. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next card or craft. As always, have an amazing day and happy crafting.
Thank you all so much for watching today. I'm so glad that you can join me at my craft table. If you're not already, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when new videos arrive. Have a great day, and as always, happy crafting.